Hi everyone, Nima Romani, real lawyer and former federal prosecutor, and I'm here to talk about the raids of Diddy's home and the federal investigation into sex trafficking. As we all know, Diddy's Miami and LA homes were raided by Homeland Security Investigations agents, which are a subset of the Department of Homeland Security. So it's a federal case, and reportedly it's being run out of the Southern District of New York, which is the most prestigious prosecutor's office in the country. They handle complex fraud cases in Wall Street and hire the best and the brightest prosecutors. So they know what they're doing, and they were able to convince a federal judge to sign off on 2 search warrants, which means that the judge found there was probable cause for there to be evidence of crimes in Diddy's homes. So when agents went in, they were looking for evidence of sex trafficking, drug trafficking, firearms offenses, and maybe even the production of child pornography. These are very serious charges under federal law that carry mandatory minimum sentences on the sex trafficking side, a 10 or 15-year minimum sentence depending on the age of the victim. So agents went in with a heavy law enforcement presence. They were all armed, lots of them. And the reason they did this was they were concerned about the possibility of violence. Diddy reportedly has a lot of guns. They were concerned that he might take off. He has essentially unlimited money, reportedly worth $1 billion, and has a private jet. They were also concerned that he might destroy evidence. That's why they executed both raids at the same time with so many agents. So now, taking a step back, how did we end up here? Well, it really all started with Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. She filed a bombshell lawsuit in November where she discussed all sorts of terrible allegations that Diddy raped her, that he beat her, that he made her have sex with male prostitutes, and he forced her to have drugs, and that there were parties with underage victims, and some of this was recorded. Diddy settled the lawsuit the very next day, but it was too late. The damage had already been done because lawsuits are public filings, and that encouraged other people to come forward. And there were 4 or 5 other lawsuits that raised similar allegations that were filed in the months after Cassie's. So the question I have is, what was Diddy and what were his lawyers thinking? Such a huge tactical mistake. Cassie was reportedly asking for about $30 million. Diddy only wanted to pay her $10 million. Well, that difference caused her to file a lawsuit and caused other people to come forward, like a Me Too type situation. Had he just paid her what she asked, maybe he wouldn't be here. But now he is, and now he's facing the very real possibility of a federal indictment. So what we saw earlier was just a search warrant. The next step for prosecutors is to get an indictment, which is go to the grand jury, who would charge Diddy, and then they would get an arrest warrant and he would be arrested. And it may not just be Diddy, it may be other members of his entourage, including his sons. Some of those lawsuits allege that Diddy's sons were involved in recruiting some of these minors. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an R. Kelly type situation where there's a RICO indictment, or a Jeff Epstein type situation where other rich and famous people are named. This is probably just the beginning of the end for Diddy, and we're going to be following this case very closely. Thanks everyone for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.